My name is Karen. This is Recreational Knitting. Welcome, welcome one and all. This is just an update to show you that I am knitting for This is just an update on my progress for the Arne Carlos Christmas stocking 2025. And I am knitting every day in November for American Cancer Society. So below is my link if you feel like you can donate $1, $2 or more. That'd be great. Anything is welcome at this point. Yes, I'd be most appreciative of that. But you're here for the knitting. I am participating in the Arne and Carlos Christmas stocking. Those of you that don't know about Arne and Carlos, I will also link their podcast. This knitting pattern is free. It's a stranded color work, pretty much typical Norwegian-ish. It's definitely has Norwegian flavor to it, but there's some more modern types of motifs within the stocking itself this year. I've downloaded, I think, 2 or 3 different patterns over the years and always been a little frightened of stranded color work. And those of you that are out there, trust me, if I can do this, you can do this. And remember, this is not a garment. This is a Christmas stocking. You know, the most that you're going to do is, you know, put a couple little gifts in it, chocolate orange, Hershey bar, whatever you put in there. This isn't going to go, walking about with you on your walk around the neighborhood, okay? This is not a garment. So this is probably a really good thing to start color work with, just my opinion. So you want to see my progress. Okay. I think last time I was halfway through the yellow parts, and you can see now that I've started on the navy blue, and you might not be able to see this so well because I use kind of a navy-ish color, but this right here is for the afterthought heel. So it goes all the way across, and that will be taken out and a heel will be placed in at that point. But yeah, so I am currently on day 9. This is day 12 of the pattern. So tomorrow there's no pattern, so hopefully I can get a few more days in tomorrow during watching some football and during my sitting and watching knitting podcasts or whatever. All right, so this is what it looks like so far. This is going to be a huge stocking. I had no idea. I am using Rama garn in the worsted weight for my blue, white, and yellow. These, the green and the red are Rowan Felted Tweed Double, and it's a little less bulky than the Rama, but as I said, it's just a Christmas stocking. All right, I will see you tomorrow, maybe tomorrow evening, and hopefully I'll be caught up and ready to rock and roll for the new week. We'll see. See you then. Bye. Good morning. Today is November the 10th, 2025. It's a Monday, and we're going to pretend that it's really last night. It's November the 9th. I forgot to film the little separate part of the American Cancer Society Knit Every Day in November. Trust me, you'll have to trust me on this. I did work on this yesterday, and I will start on this as soon as I get up from this filming. I just didn't record last night. There was a lot of things going on, and I'm trying to get ready for a trip to Massachusetts and Rhode Island on Friday, and checking the websites to see if my flight is canceled. So yeah, Anyway, so I am doing the American Cancer Society Knit Every Day in November, and my donation link is in the comments below if you feel like you can or want to do that. That would be wonderful. I would appreciate it, as well as the American Cancer Society would appreciate it. As I understand, research is still needed and has been cut. And so, yeah, stepping up, trying to do what I can. So I wanted to knit the Arne and Carlos stocking, Christmas stocking this year. And so I'll show you my progress. I was here the last time I showed you, which was on Saturday. And this was what I knit on Sunday. I'm very slowly closing the gap in what I have to knit to get on track per day. I started this a little later. I was waiting for yarn to arrive. I had the green and the red in my stash, which is Rowan felted tweed. I hold it double, but this is Ramagarn, and I did not have anything worsted weight in yellow. I didn't have any yellow at all. And navy blue and the white I did not have. So I was waiting for that. It arrived on Saturday, last Saturday, and I started it. So this is really a week's worth of knitting. So pretty good. I'm happy with it. It's a little wonky in areas. It'll block right out, correct? So thank you for pretending that it is Sunday, November the 9th, and I will see you hopefully later tonight with some progress to report. Take care. Good evening. This is Karen from Recreational Knitting. I'm just checking in. This is Monday, November the 10th. It really is. It's not the fake one that I recorded this morning. So I just wanted to check in and show you my not so much of a progress day. Yeah, you know, we all have them. This was errand day and doctor day. And I did not take the Arne and Carlos stocking to the doctor's office because, you know, color work, you know, that's just not. So, you know, I took a stockinette thing round and round and round, and I made about this much progress on it. That's how long I had to wait in the doctor's office. Ah, yes. Keep smiling. Yes. What are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? It is what it is. So it's not like I have an option. So yes, I waited in the doctor's office and made a nice progress on a sweater, and that was good. That was very good. So, but as a result, didn't make a whole lot of progress on the stocking. Yeah, I went, this is the week before we go away, and you know, I had to run to the vet to pick up Max's allergy medicine. I had to run to the bank to get the money for the pet sitter. I had to go to the other bank to put a check in. It sounds like I have a lot of money. I don't. I just have it in two different banks. Yeah, and I had to go to the produce store to get stuff to make for dog food for the dogs. Yeah, we make our own dog food, and because of Max's allergies, probably foremost, and yeah, we do. And we think they're healthier. We don't know. You know, what are you going to do? It's probably better for them than kibble, but we haven't had their cholesterol check, so we really don't know. And then I had to go to the doctor, but before the doctor, I went to the car wash, and because it's right next to it, and I had a couple minutes, and I thought, okay, I'll go do the car wash. And the guy in front of me at the car wash apparently has a thing because he has a Porsche, and he's just, or a Porsche, I don't know how you say it. I've heard it both ways. I call it Porsche from the East Coast. And so, yeah, he was Mr. Fancy Pants about the way that he wanted his car to go through the car wash, the automatic car wash, and he was kind of lecturing the kid that runs the machines and all that. So yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I had my window down about this much, and I could hear him kind of berating the kid at this, the car wash. And I felt kind of bad because it's a minimum wage job. I'm sure he looked like he just graduated from high school. So anyway, there's that. And so that took me a little longer than I thought it was going to be. And I thought, oh gosh, I hope I'm not going to be late now for my doctor's appointment. And of course I wasn't. I was like 5 minutes early, but there was that fear. And then I got into the doctor's office and she goes, who are you? And I told her my name and she says, oh, we don't have you here. And it's like, well, I checked in online yesterday when you sent me the text and everything was for today. And long story short, she had to go get her supervisor. She was on the wrong day. Apparently she's still in training, but yes. Anyway, so that was 10 minutes. And so I sat down and I pulled out my knitting, and there was a lady who was obviously Russian. You didn't come here for all this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This lady was obviously Russian, and she was extremely sweet and had a very thick accent. And she said, you make sweater? And, I said, yes. And she said, let me see your stitches. So she pulls it up and, oh, good stitches. It was so cute. It was like, yeah, I've been validated today. That's good. It's a good thing. So then I got called back in the office, and, this much stitching later, it was about 4 inches. Yeah, it was a lot. So yay me for that. So, and I got news from the doctor, I think good news, because finally somebody's listening to me, that I have degenerative disc disease as well as arthritis throughout my spine. And, people just poo-poo you if you complain about back and, well, you need to, work on your abs more and, do your core and, go for walks and lose weight, blah, blah, blah. Okay, which is probably all true. However, yeah. So I am going back on December the 9th, and I will be getting an epidural. So we're going to see if that helps manage some of this lower back pain and inability to really do a whole lot. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. Then I had to go to Costco, and you know how Costco is, and for some reason everybody was at Costco today. I don't know whether Costco's off tomorrow because of Veterans Day, but anyway, yeah, that was a mess. But I got home, and then I started to make the dog food, and Luke said, yeah, that's good. Go sit down. You've done enough today. So I got to come back here, and I almost fell asleep. So yeah. Anyway, you came for the knitting. You wanted to see the progress on my stocking. Yeah, I feel okay given the day that I had. So that's all we can hope for. So today I finished my candles and I started to put all the flame on. After my shower tonight, I may pull the yellow and the white back out and see if I can finish the flame. And this is day 12. So this is what it looks like so far. Yeah. That's where I was last night, yesterday, this morning, when I filmed the last segment. And so, yeah. Fortunately, this was easy. It wasn't this chart, okay? That about made me blind. That's when I was still on DPNs and before I knew how to put the chart into Knit Companion. So if you're doing color work, I suggest Knit Companion. Just my helpful hints for the day. All right, I'm going to put this one together, put it out, and so you'll see it maybe tomorrow. And yeah, and I've also decided that I think that I'm not going to take this with me when we go to Massachusetts and Rhode Island. And I'll tell you why. It's just, there's there's 5 balls of wool that I have to take, and there's 6 rows for each day. And I'm thinking it's over on the 23rd. We'll be back on the 21st. Yeah, so maybe I can just catch up and get it done by the December the 1st. At least that's what I'm thinking today. There are other things that I'd rather take to knit that are smaller, more compact, and more compatible to travel. So anyway, that's my thought. We'll see. Anyway, see ya. Knit in peace.